My name is Sophia Ayala, and this is my informative speech. These are my note cards. And this is my audience. Okay. Okay. What if today was your last day? What if you woke up and you ate breakfast and you went to school or you went to work and you did everything that you normally do, but this time on your way home you didn't make it? What if you had a best friend and you made many plans with them and all of a sudden they're taken from you? What if? Well, for two Tarleton State football players, what the questions of what if became a reality as they were involved in a tragic car accident that ended one of their lives and left the other one seriously injured. This accident was an example to everyone as it shows just how short life really is and how it cannot be taken for granted. And I'm familiar with it because I knew both of these kids personally, and I went to their same high school and we were in the same class, and so I know exactly what happened. And what happened was that on Thursday, May 7th, Malik Brown and Christian Champagne were involved in an accident with an 18-wheeler, and the 18-wheeler crashed into them, and one of them was seriously injured, one of them lost their life, and the town of Huntsville, Texas, which is the town I'm from, was forever changed. As a result of the accident, one of the boys was left with a chance to fight for his life. Malik Brown survived with major injuries. A source tells The Flash today that he had 3 broken ribs, bruised lungs, and half of his ear was sliced off, and he was rushed to the hospital in Bryan via Life Flight, where he had major surgery. His recovery began quickly. He was in stable conditions Friday morning, and he was actually able to go home Friday afternoon because his mom came and took him to Huntsville. While Malik was given a fighting chance, Christian, on the other hand, was not as fortunate. He was not able to walk away. The driver, Tommy Robertson, pulled out in front of them on an intersection on a highway, and Cody Stark of the Huntsville Item writes that Robertson failed to yield the right-of-way to Christian as he approached the intersection, and Christian had no time to stop, and so his Tahoe slid underneath the car, the 18-wheeler, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The accident knocked Malik out, but whenever he woke up, as he was being life-flighted, he asked where Christian was, and they said that he passed away. When news of the accident and Christian's death got around, hearts everywhere began to break. The town of Huntsville was left heartbroken as one of their most loved kids was taken. Certain people organized a candlelight vigil in his name, and Gene Schallenberg writes that 200 plus people came, and they wore their Huntsville Hornet shirts and jerseys, and they played songs, and they talked about how all the memories that they had of Christian, and they all just remembered him at that vigil. And another thing was that he loved big trucks, so everyone that had big trucks came and they drove all their trucks down to the park and they revved up their engines, and it was just a nice memorial for Christian. News of his death and the accident spread fast over social media, where a bunch of his friends were saying rest in peace and oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And that's actually how I found out, was through Twitter. Everyone was just leaving comments and saying how much of unbelief they were in, disbelief at his death. Huntsville was changed forever, but the memory of Christian lives on through his friends and his family, and that cannot be taken away. Due to this unfortunate accident, Malik was left with physical and mental scars, and Christian was left without his life, and Huntsville was saddened by the loss of one of their own, as well as other cities such as Stevensville, where he went to college. The accident impacted people who didn't even know him. They were on Facebook changing their profile pictures to him and making statuses about how much they wish they had known him, that he seemed like a good kid. But the accident serves to prove that life should not be taken for granted, and that no matter how well liked you are or what stage of life you're in, that any moment you can go, and that whenever it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. And Christian was only beginning his life, unfortunately, but Malik was able to walk away from this accident, and hopefully he will be able to live enough for the both of them. And this is my audience, still here.